welcome to Revelations Through Language, the channel where we look into the deeper meanings behind the phrase and words that we use today through the lens of faith. Come with me as we embark on a journey to discover the truth.
Hi all, welcome to Revelations Through Language with myself, Christopher. Today's episode will be an origin series. So an origin series, we look into the words and phrases that we use and where they originally come from. So today's phrase that we'll be investigating and looking at the origins is why we say we wash our hands. And a lot of the phrases that we use are biblical or from the Bible translations, which have been taken and changed as time has gone on. So the phrase to wash our hands actually means to let something go or to deny any involvement in something. And this phrase, anyway, actually comes from the Easter story, so around the crucifixion time of Jesus. And it comes from the scriptures in Matthew 27, verses 23 to 25. So the verses actually read, "Then the governor said, 'Why, what evil has he done?' But they cried out all more, saying, 'Let him be crucified.' When Pilate saw that he could not prevail at all, but rather that a tumult was rising, and a tumult meaning a riot, he took water and washed his hands before the multitude meaning people, saying, 'I am innocent of the blood of this just person, you see to it.'" So from that story, we can see that washing your hands is actually not a good thing to do. So how we use it today, I mean, to wash your hands of something, we use it as if it's, oh yeah, it's not my fault, it's not my problem, it has nothing to do with me, which is exactly the same as the origins. But the actual meaning of washing your hands means to shift blame, to deny any involvement in something when you have involved. So any of us in day to day, for us to change, we have to not simply just wash our hands, but we have to acknowledge that what we've done. And in verse 25, you can see that it reads afterwards, "And all the people answered and said, 'His blood be on us and on our children.'" So what that really means is, even though we wash our hands of our actions, it doesn't mean we don't have any guilt, essentially. So you can deny the blood on your hands or try turning your back on what you've done or blame it on others, but it will still be your fault at the end of the day. And in this story, Pilate was in a bit of a rock and a hard place, because Pilate is a ruler. If you're a ruler, so let's say the queen or the king of any country, you have to give the people what you want. We live in democracies, most of us. So it was basically in a position of rocking in a hard place. He wanted to let Jesus live, but the people wanted something else, and you have to give the people what they want. So it's quite beautifully written and how it was set up that God knew obviously what was to come for Jesus, and he kind of put it and set it up in a situation where even though Pilate didn't want to crucify him, he was in no position to overrule the people. Otherwise, that would have caused a riot. So the moral of that story of washing our hands for all of us, so Christians and non-Christians alike, is for us to, when we see wrong is being done in the world or any injustices, is for us to speak up on it, because washing your hands means to turn your back on what's going on. And that's just a form of denial. So for us to be brave enough to stand up and speak when things aren't right and when things aren't just, and even doing that, that means sometimes you might go against the crowd and you might be the only one that's doing right. But it's for us to be brave enough and to be courageous enough to do that. So I pray for the strength for all of us to be able to speak up in the face of injustice, even if that means going against everyone else.
Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment. In the meantime, check out some of my other deep dives. Until the next one, God bless.